Hello my friends, this is Marion. Today I'm going to show you the interesting 5-minute profitable strategy that I was inspired not so long ago while surfing the YouTube. And we're going on with 3 indicators here, which I'm going to show you. And I'm going to show you these very guys that are so good while providing the analysis. This is the moving average, the weighted moving average for the period of 80. We're going with the MACD with separate digits of 20, 50, and the period of 15. So we're going with the line. The rapid one is for the 20, the slower one is for 15, and the vortex is here with the lines right over here is going on by default for the period of 14. So we are going to find some interesting cases and then I will show you them. So let's move on to the next one. So this is the interesting type of story, but not so convenient for us to go on through that. Let's move on to this one. So Marion here, and this is pretty awesome, but I'm not even sure still, because there are some cases which are not convenient for us to go on through this very strategy. Let's move on to the next one, to the GBP and then the Australian dollar. So I think that is that very case. So let's go. Oh yeah, so I was a bit nervous, but you see the situation went pretty well, and in this case you see there are many catches while working along with this type of strategy, and at first sight I thought I was even ready for the refund, but I tried it so many times before, so I'm sure it would work brilliantly any speed. So in this case you see the situation here is slow but pretty clear. There are the cases which are the following. You have to move on here with the relying on the moving average, and the moving average is here playing the great role in the situation where it is needed to reflect the zone from which you have to start with. And you see, along with this type of story, we had to move on with the call contract with the buy contract, because all the quotations were above the moving average. And well, what else I should say? In this very story, when we are going on with the buy contract, the MACD is here showing us the situation with which the green line is much higher than the red one. Though you see the situation was showing us that before the candles were going here and becoming stronger within the red cubes of bear's force, and the vortex here should provide that with the lines that much apart here that are going to the outer side of the corridor. So in this case we moved on pretty well, yeah, and that is a great moment for us to have our income. So my friends, we're moving on pretty easily, going on to the next currency ratio, and I just want to show you some more cases. Okay, for example, like this one. And this is one of them, that very moment when we also can find the sell contract. But I'm trying to show you then something quite not similar, something unlike the previous one. So I'm trying to show you that one here, which is providing us with again with the buy and not with the sell contract, because I'm not finding it. at all. So, guys, don't get me wrongly. I tried. It didn't work. So let's beat it. In the case that without any other options, we'll work with what we have naturally. But not that down. Let's go to the next one to revise all the story and come back. So let me see it once more. Well, in this case, we have to move on out of it. What should I say? I think that this is also an interesting one. But the MACD is not showing us that very kind of story. Yeah, not showing us at all. So I think we have to move on next. And in this case, with the second one. Let's get back to the second one. And well, my friends, I think I will have in this case then this very profitable situation. And let's try it with again call option, and let's go. So yeah, great, that was an excellent entry point. You see, along with this very moment, we've chosen again among the great quantity of the assets. We've picked the buy contract. We've entered with the buy contract, and after reviewing again and again, it was that very case for us to realize the call option. Because you see, this is that very story in the comparison to the previous one. The MACD showed us the prevailing bullish market. The vortex was going to the outer line, so the corridor. Each line was going on to the opposite line or the line, so the corridor. And all the quotations were much above the moving average. So if you want to repeat this after me, you can find this cool strategy here. And well, I think that the one of the catches which also have to be taught to you is that you have to go one with the time frame or 5 minutes and with 1 minute candlestick. So my friends, I really liked it. How about you? And well, until the next time, thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube and please come to my Telegram channel. Bye!